Hear the mid-range and the high-end. I can't stop smiling. That's how you know this thing is legit. In one of the latest videos, we saw the Chandler Germanium compressor from Softube. And boy, I like that one. So much that I didn't feel the need to buy the hardware. So since I like Chandler gear and I like what Softube is doing with their emulation, so I went back and tried the other two Chandler emulation. They had one happened to be one of my dream equalizer, the Chandler Curve Bender, a great mix and mastering equalizer. As any high-end piece of gear like that, the hardware is a tad expensive. So I'm very curious to see what Softube did with this one, the Chandler Curve Bender. Let's hear how it sounds. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day and stay safe out there. By the way, how is your quarantine going? Leave the comments down below. I hope you guys are all safe, and soon we will do a live stream. As you can see, some changes going on. We'll get to that in another video. Before we start, check the info box down below for my mixing courses on ProMix Academy, special discounts, offers, and free plugins. And if you want to support the channel, access to exclusive content like mix consultations with me via Skype or email, exclusive videos, exclusive live chats, click the join button down here, see all the perks of becoming a MixbusTv member. Without further ado, let's hear this in action. I love the Curve Bender because it's great for both rock, metal, indie, any aggressive instrument-based genre, as well as hip-hop, EDM, electronic music. It just has that tone that can warm up and give that analog feeling to electronic and computer-based music, as well as add aggressiveness and punch to already punchy and aggressive material. So I will start with some electronic stuff and then we go more into rock and roll. Again, it does not disappoint at all. It's not just the EQ move, which of course are meant to make this beat sound better. You can hear the top end opening up and the low end getting beefier. It's just that grit that it adds, that color that it adds, especially in the mid-range. You can hear this 1.2K boost here. It makes everything comes alive, like the snare, the synth. Really like the tone, and it's one of those units that I like the layout of. It has great sounding filters up to 30K for the low pass and down to 20 for the high pass. And then we have the two presence controls, which are, since this is not the usual 4-band parametric EQ that you would expect, we have a bass, two presence, and a treble. So these are exactly the present control, the ones that you would find in at Abbey Road Studios, and they were modules, like single modules with just those frequencies and a gain knob. So super rare. They put everything together when they made the Curve Bender, but it's a one-of-a-kind EQ, and that's one of the reasons because you find it in so many two-bus and mastering houses. Let's keep trying it. You hear how the filters on this one are not transparent, okay? They have their own special character, and most important, they interact one another. When you move the presence 2, interact with the treble, interact with the presence 1, interact with the bass section. So think of this EQ like every knob you move interact with the other, okay? So go for an overall sound more than the details on something. Let's transition to drums for this one before trying some presets. We have some presets by some friends, Tony Maserati, Maor, who else, Ciccarelli. So I want to try some of the presets because this EQ is used by many top tier engineers, and they developed over time, of course, uses for it and settings that most likely will work on a lot of things. So let's try it on drum first. Wow, the high end on this one, on this drum, is absolutely amazing. You hear the presence on the snare, the shimmer on the cymbals. It sounds really, really good. And for some reason, you would imagine an EQ that looks like that to be a lot more aggressive. It's a character piece, but it's still very, very smooth. And the top end just skyrocketed in my top 5 for sure. But all right, screw presets and let's see what this thing can do.
Once I was fool, I believed that what you say was true, but now I say the only thing that's true is how I feel. What I say is wrong, what you say is right. I cannot understand it. Just a fake or fake, that's the game I'm playing. But the rim is gone to be wasted. You walked away, you know it all. I don't care about what you say. You like to walk like you're someone. It don't matter what you claim. You like to claim that I will fall. I will fall by my own way, and I just follow who I am.
Have you noticed the very first move that I did is 400, removing this 400 1.5 dB, 1.5, I don't even know if these are, yeah, these are dBs, 1.5 dB, 400, just open up the mix and clean up the mix so very well. These are all broad curves, by the way, okay? This is not a precision EQ.
There's nothing left to do. I'm running. There's nothing left to say. I'm running. There's nothing left to do. I'm running. I bring up you. Softly, in the dead of the night, come to me with the blinding light, like the ocean rises mighty on the shore.
Dude, this thing sounds pretty great. Hear this track again, how it opens up, what a solid low end it adds to it. Really like it. Watch the filters, because they're kind of deceiving. Like, even if you, probably because they're very smooth, you go even at 30 and you hear the low end going away. But man, this sounds good. Especially, I have to say, like on this stuff, like indie rock material, this is the one, definitely. I want to try it on something else last.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare. Behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time. I will give you this life that I'm in, if you show me the other side. 'Cause the girl's what I want. I stand outside in the rain. 'Cause the girl's what I want. I take the physical pain.
Hear the mid-range and the high end. I can't stop smiling. That's how you know this thing is legit. I want to say probably the best mid-range and top end in the plugin world right now. it opens up things. It doesn't even sound like EQ. This mid-range is something, and mid-range is arguably the most important part, especially nowadays when we listen to phones and laptops and stuff. What can I say? Another score, chandelier limiter, curve bender. I'm keeping my cool, but I'm pretty happy that Softube again did it again, because this thing is fairly expensive. If you're wondering if you need another EQ, I would say this one is pretty unique. I can't think of any other EQ that just opens up and makes like this, and it does have a certain grit that is not harsh, that is not just pure saturation, which on a mix can be too much, especially as a last stroke. But this is it for this video. I hope it was useful. I hope you liked it. This was Chandler Limited Curve Bender Mix and Mastering EQ. Check it out. At the time of this video, should be still on sale. Link is gonna be in the info box down below. Follow MixbusTv on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell. Stay safe. See you next time.